welcome back.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's
we
good
are
to have you back.
excited for another episode. How's everybody doing?
Better today. I'm not tired.
That's
I'm
good.
good. I'm good. I've been running around, but I'm good.
Some of these episodes are shot in the evening.
Yeah.
So by the time
And
for
we are
recording is
parents.
rolling around,
We are mothers.
exciting.
Well, we make it work just so we can have some time away
Yes,
That's true.
it's
and take
true.
our mind off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, today we are excited to introduce one of our favorite people, Miss Jenny. She is a good friend to all of us. We are
Yes.
very excited to hear her story, hear what she's been up to. Welcome, Jenny.
Thank you guys. Thank you. I'm so proud of you guys.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, you just got up like we're doing this and you just did it.
And Jenny is part of the squad, the 8 girls
Yeah.
that we've been talking about. So yeah,
Yep.
It's fun.
Squad.
So,
slowly
Jenny,
trickle in.
we will have you start off by telling us about yourself. Tell us what year you came to the US. Tell us what those initial years were like, and we'll go from there.
Okay, let me see if I can go back that far. Good Lord, 2004. My God. Yes, 2004. Yeah. So yeah, came here in 2004 from Nairobi. I was just turning 18. And well, I was an 18-year-old going on 30. I mean, as most of you know, I do have two nieces that happen to be my adopted children.
Mhm.
So yeah, I came in trying to figure out life, trying to figure out parenthood, and yeah, started school. I finished high school here.
Oh wow.
Oh, really?
That was
That was-
interesting.
Yeah.
No, it was interesting. It was a culture shock.
So you did a little bit of high school in Kenya,
Yes.
then a little bit here.
hmm The
Dang.
last year I did it here.
How was that?
Wakefield.
I
It
can imagine.
was crazy. Crazy. Like the English, just everything was just different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So obviously, naturally I just struggled. The first semester was a mess.
Oh wow.
The food was different, the way they learn is different. Obviously, I was just like, oh my God. But I found a few friends. I mean, it's not a good thing, but when you tell them, hey, I'm from Africa, like, oh, can we be your friend? I don't know if that was a good thing because they'll take you on like a little pet. Like, oh, I have an African friend. I have a black friend. Wakefield was mostly white. It's in Wakefield.
Mm.
Yeah, it's in Wakefield. So when they found like, oh, you're from Africa, do you speak African? I'm like, that's a language? Like, no, I speak.
Do you wear clothes?
Yeah, do you wear
God.
clothes?
Take
Like, you
lions
guys
for a
have
walk?
lions,
Oh, good.
pets? I was like, no. And then like they'll started like, giving us math problems. And then when you answer, everybody's like, wait, you can do that?
Oh my
Did you
God.
understand what the teacher just said? I'm like, yeah.
Obviously, I got it right.
Oh, yeah. So, after a few months, they're just like, okay, cool. We can be friends. You can teach us. So, yeah, from there, I finished high school. And then we were going through our immigration stuff. It was a whole long process for me to adopt my 10 and 13-year-old
Mm.
nieces at the time. So it was a whole process. Everybody was looking at me like,
you legally adopted them.
yes. Yes.
Oh.
So what happened? Again, this is,
At
I think we
18?
thought, yeah.
Wow.
So when we came, I wasn't 18 yet. So it had to be a long process. They said, okay, we can't do this before you turn 18. You're not an adult. But then they're like, well, she's the only one who's responsible for them. So we had to go through some hoops to change things around. So we did go to the immigration. So the thing we talked about, when you come here, no one is advising you about anything.
Mm.
It was just like, imagine you're here, you're 17-year-old with like 2 kids to look after. Like, okay, we're going to DC. You have to interview. I'm like, wait, I can barely speak English.
Mm.
Like, what am I interviewing for? They're asking you, like, how did you get here? Why are you here? You were applying for asylum.
Mm.
So when we got there, they were just like, hey, whose kids are these? So I'm like, yeah, these are my nieces. We don't have parents. We're orphans.
Mm.
And then an officer came in. I'm like, well, they cannot interview by themselves.
Mm.
They're too young. But then it was in the moment. So they were like, okay, so how do you proceed with this? Like, okay, so since you're the adults, you have to sit in with them and interview for them. So me, I'm sitting there, they're asking them questions because they don't understand. Also, they're kids. They
Mhm.
don't, you know, they're terrified, they're traumatized. So I'm interviewing for them. After 2 hours, like, okay, yeah, everything looks good. You get a response in the mail. So 6 months go by. I get my asylum papers. So congratulations, you've been approved. So I'm looking for my niece's names on that approval letter. Nothing.
Oh,
Wow.
So we
jeez.
call them like, we don't have any record of them.
Oh, jeez. Now you gotta,
Yeah.
you know.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're
Okay.
telling us you're applying. So we interviewed as a family,
Oh,
but you
jeez.
cannot interview as a family unless those are your legal
Your
kids,
kids.
your
Yeah.
kids legally or, you know,
Yeah.
biologically. So that was not told to us.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and then it became a whole legal process for 12 years.
Oh, wow.
12 years.
That's insane.
Wow.
Yes. So this is me over here. I finished high school. So between my classes in college now, I had 2 jobs. So my first job was a CNA, right?
Mm.
What did they tell you when you get here?
You
You
see
have
it.
to be a doctor, nurse. How do you get there? Become a CNA. So I'm like, okay, I'm 18. I get a job. So I go and get my CNA job. Obviously, I have too many classes in college, so I had 2 jobs. Because so to legally adopt my nieces, I had to live with them.
Mhm.
So I'm 18. I have 2 jobs. I'm in college. I have an apartment, and
You
then
need
I'm
to
going
live.
back and forth to
Oh my
DC
gosh.
with
Oh my-
the lawyers that I have no idea what they're saying. So it was an interesting
So,
first few
and
years.
you were here alone?
So me, myself, my nieces, and my brother.
Your nieces, yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
my brother Chris. And then we came with our older sister. The older sister we had just met because, you know, she's like 12 years older than me.
Mm.
So we never really grew up together. That was like me, like, hey, this is your sister, you know? Yeah.
How did you come here? You said, oh, you said asylum. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, you
Wow.
say you were driving back and forth to DC. Were you like here in North Carolina?
Yeah, we've been here since 2004.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
we've been here 2004. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure myself out and yeah, so everyone will just like you reach out to people like, hey, you know, you are people. And then everyone you reach out to, I was very surprised. Like no one really wants to give you advice. I'm just like, wait,
Really?
does it take anything from you?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I'm a kid. I'm trying to figure myself out.
Yeah.
Like, well, how do I proceed with this? Like, how do I contact a lawyer? I don't have money. How do I? Yeah, no. Everyone was just like, oh, it's fine. You'll work out.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know. So it was, yeah, it was a mess.
Wow. And you
It
know,
was.
and I think one of the things with our community is a lot of people don't want to talk about their immigration process. So when you're asking them a question, they don't want to tell you what they did.
Right.
So I think that's one of the problems. And now there's somebody maybe who knows what you're supposed to do, but they don't want to tell you.
Yeah.
That is true. That's
And
what
I
I came
can't.
to realize.
I can't imagine going through all that as an 18-year-old.
At that age, yeah.
You know, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a
That
lot
is
of
a lot.
responsibility.
Yeah, it was a lot. But I came to realize that recently, like maybe 4 years ago. People are not trying to tell you what, you know, how they went by it because, you know, they don't really want to disclose the things, some ways they may have gone through to get there. But yeah,
Wow.
you know,
So your first job was CNA.
yes,
And
I was a
then
CNA.
Mhm.
That's
And
so
then
funny. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
you haven't said how we met Jenny. How do we know Jenny? Did
Yeah.
we say
Yes.
she's part of the squad? But
I don't even remember.
She said, I don't. You feel like you've known her forever, right?
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
It feels like
Jenny,
it's
I
been
met you
forever.
through Sheila,
No, seriously.
right?
Yes, that was maybe 12,
Oh God, I
12
don't know.
years ago, 13,
Many
many
eons
years
ago.
ago. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
I think
Yeah.
I first met you at Rahe's house. I think it
Yes.
was somebody's birthday or Christmas or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm trying-
She wasn't even 1 yet.
Yeah, she was very small.
Because Tokum was like what, maybe 4?
Maybe
Maybe?
5.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It was
Wow.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Wow. Christmas 2000.
Maybe 16 or 17.
It had to be 16.
16.
Yeah. Wow.
Hmm.
It's been a long time.
It's
Pimo, I
been-
met you
You know,
through Jerry, right?
yeah, I'm sure, but I'm trying to think where.
I'm trying to remember. It was before COVID?
Yeah,
We
definitely. Yeah.
went to the wine tasting.
Yes,
It may
yes,
have been the
yes,
first
Oh,
time we met.
yes,
Yeah.
that's where I met
yes.
Lenny.
That's
Mhm.
true.
It must be. I think you need to keep the
That famous
time of
one,
when we all met.
I know, right?
that
Yeah.
famous wine tasting. Yeah, that's true. That's where I met you. That's it.
Oh, that's true. That was what, 2018?
We think so.
It was
Okay.
like in 2018.
Or
Hey,
maybe 2019. Either 2018,
oh,
2019. Oh, 2018. It was
Yeah.
2018.
okay, now I'm good. All right.
That's the crazy thing. You meet people, they become
Yeah,
your family. You don't even think about,
Exactly.
how you
you
met,
know.
So Jenny, how was the CNA job?
Mm.
Disgusting.
Is it disgusting?
No, but the CNA job taught me a lot. So
Mhm.
initially I went in with the goal of, finishing high school, going to nursing school.
Mm.
So that was my introduction to nursing. So I get there and people are very nice.
Mhm.
I didn't realize they hadn't seen like a 18, 17-year-old in that field.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
everyone kind of took me under their little wing and they were, like I was their little baby.
They're like,
Funny,
oh, anyway.
that's,
And I'm thinking,
yeah, like, oh, it's like, what are you doing here?
Oh,
First job. She was also
wow.
just coming to America. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. So it's been that long.
but
Yeah.
just like a parenthesis, like a lot of people may think, oh, CNA is this and that, but it's really a rewarding job. I loved it. I
Yeah.
Mm.
enjoy it because I was one of the CNA, like when I'm not doing anything, I'll go in people's room and talk to them and learn from
Mhm.
them. So when I became a nurse, I was really worried that I would not get that chance of spending so much time with them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
CNA is really the backbone. Like I always say, your CNA can make or break your shift. So you better
That's true.
them. You better work well with them.
That's true. That's what I love the most about it. It was a nursing home.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
just sitting with those people, my initial thing was go in 6 months, get out. And I loved it. So I enjoy just sitting with them and I'm just like, I love this thing. I ended up doing it for 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did it for 3 years, finished my first year in college.
Mm.
And then my second year, that's when you're now doing your classes to get you into the nursing program. And then funny enough, when I got in there, that's when I realized, okay, I was enjoying it because I enjoyed the CNA job that I was doing.
Mm.
But then when I got into the thick of it, that's when I'm like, wait, I don't like this.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's when I realized I'm terrified of blood. Like the sight of a wound, like I went for my first clinicals and I threw up for like 2 hours straight.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. And then I was like, yeah, this is not it. So at that time, that's when I switched to public health because I
Mm.
had done most of my classes. Obviously I wanted to be in the healthcare field. So I started public health. I did public health. And then in my junior year, I discovered my love for math and the study of diseases. I'm like, oh, they had a dual program to do epidemiology. So I
Oh,
did that. I'm like, this is it. I found my passion.
oh, nice.
Yeah, so I
So
did
wait,
it.
how
Yeah.
does math educate me?
No, so
What's the
epidemiology is pretty much or mostly math.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm.
See,
Yes.
I'm clearly clueless.
Yeah, so you're studying the diseases, right? So
Yeah.
you're doing quantitative data, you're
It's a little
adding
bit
up
like,
things.
yeah,
It's
analyze.
just
Oh,
Yeah, you're
quantitative.
analyzing everything.
Oh,
A
you're
little
just
bit what
using
you
a
do.
fancy word of a little bit of I do. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
math.
Mhm.
yeah,
But
it
yeah,
was
thank
that.
you.
Only,
Yeah.
and,
wow.
infectious diseases.
Mm-hmm.
And my dream when I was younger was to travel around the world,
Mm.
helping poor people, who don't have healthcare. And that was it. That was the thing that was supposed to get me out there. Yeah, but then again, going into things without being advised on like, this is the step you take, this is the step you take, this is, when you finish, it may take you a few years to get to where you want to be. So I finished that, and then it was just like, okay, now you need to apply for your master's program, which I did. That's when I was working at UNC because that was supposed to help me. And I did. And then they were like, oh, no. So what you did was great, but you still have to do about another 5 years to get to. So epidemiology, to become an epidemiologist, you have to, go on to do your PhD.
Oh, my word.
Wow.
Yeah. But before you do that, I had signed up for maternal health and fetal health masters. After you finish that, you do another one before you actually get to your PhD.
Your
program.
degree, your bachelor's was in what?
Public health.
Okay, so you got a bachelor's in public health. Then you went to do a master's.
Yes.
In what was your master's in?
It was supposed to be maternal health.
So did you do the master's?
I did. And then I
didn't
did.
finish.
Yes.
Because you had found out you would have to do several more years.
Yes.
Goodness.
My
How
goodness.
long did you go into the master's?
2 years.
Oh my God.
It was only 2 years because in my undergrad, I had done most of the classes that were needed. So I had knocked those out. And then afterwards, I looked at the finances and everything. I'm like, I cannot afford this.
Yeah.
So that's when I stopped. I'm like, okay, I'll have to figure out. So that never happened.
Wow. So how did you pivot?
Since then, really, I ended up getting pregnant. And from there, it's just been, I stayed home for a few years. And then after that, I would do like little consulting jobs in public health education. So I did work for the public health sector, the NC State public health sector.
Okay.
So I did that for a year. And then they cut funds. I used to write grants.
Oh.
Yes. So in 2008.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. Ask your question.
So how did you get into consulting? How did that come about for you to think of, oh, maybe I can get into consulting, and then figuring out how to apply yourself and to sell yourself?
I had a great internship. That's what that meant. So my internship, and then the connections I made there.
Yeah.
When I finished my preceptor, she was like, you know what? You got this. I got you. So she kept like giving me little projects to do. And then in end of 2010, she's like, we can't do it anymore. That's when all the funds, like public funding has stopped. Like all the grants were just like, so kind of stopped for a few years.
So that's when you started the consulting.
Yes.
Okay. So tell us more about the consulting. And the only reason I'm asking is for those listeners who would want to try. I imagine it was also nice and flexible with your schedule.
So when you find obviously connections, it's who you know. So whoever is working on a project, like my preceptor put me on 3 projects she was working on. So she'll call you like, hey, I have this project, but then she also has to write you in the budget. She has to convince them that, hey, this is the budget, you're paying me, I can work my salary into this. So basically she's giving you a chunk of her salary. Yeah. So, and that's what I loved about it, because so when it just like, okay, let's say you have 50 grand, like we have a project, we're going to be, I remember we were working on domestic violence, women against domestic violence in Durham. So just like, hey, we have 65K. You have A, B, C, D, X to do with it. This also includes your salary.
Wow.
So now you have to go. So my thing was to go in there so I had to do community outreaches. So I go there and now find out like, hey, how can we help here? Where can we cut, some expenses so we can help these people and still pay ourselves? So I ran the food banks in Durham for a year. So I was doing that. So I wrote that. I wrote the funding for that. I got funding for that. And then I ran it for 1 year. But then it was just caring to people with AIDS and HIV. going through domestic violence.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to go to the hospital with them because you have to keep up with their care, because you have to put like, why do these people need funding?
Mm-hmm.
So I did that for about a year and a half, and then it stopped. And that's when I became a stay-at-home mom for a few years.
So then I wonder, like, how do you market yourself? Like, how do you know how much is your worth? Like, you know how, I mean, me as a nurse, like when I go to a job, I know that, okay, I've done so many years, I'm worth this.
Yeah.
So, but getting into those jobs, is it like you just get what they give you and you're thankful, or?
It's that's the thing with public health.
Yeah.
Like my preceptor went from making 6 figures to literally making like 50K.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how it is. Like this year they can call you like, oh, I'm sorry, we're cutting funding. So you go from like 90,000 to 50.
There's no funding that comes from like the private sector. It's from the government.
Right. So from the government. So public health was cut completely. They were cut completely.
So is this something you get paid monthly?
Remember, there was one that we got paid after maybe seven months.
But that, I mean, so then the money comes out of pocket at that point?
Yeah,
at that
how
point,
do you survive?
Eesh.
Sorry.
So how are you surviving before you get paid?
A lot of people are struggling. A lot of people are struggling. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that shows passion, though. Like you're not doing
Yeah,
the money, you're doing it to really make a change in
to
people's.
make a difference.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
I realized with public health. It had to be passion, because I remember a lot of my classmates, actually friends, they decided to be like, hey, we can't sit here we went for a good 4 or 5 years. Like you're not getting any calls, you're doing a million interviews. Or then it happened to like, hey, we need a master's degree, we need 6, 7 years of experience, but then we're paying you like what, $32,000 a year.
Eesh.
Wow.
That's what public health became. And then so after I lost that project, that's when it was just like I kept applying. Years went by. Because it's just like, hey, it looks like things are not working out, so let me stay here because I have a good paying job. Sometimes you just have to commit to just doing volunteer work.
I see. And
And
hopefully,
hoping,
yeah, somebody that's gonna give you, yeah. Oh, wow.
yes, because all the volunteer work. Yeah, so a lot of my friends ended up switching back to nursing, which was a great thing, when you were able to pivot. They finished their nursing degrees. But for me, unfortunately, I didn't, I just stopped. It becomes discouraging, honestly.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a field that really needs the PhD or whatever. So it's like, and that's really sad.
It's sad, and that's what really disappointed me, especially going to a Black college. They should really be upfront with this.
Yeah.
They should tell you. They should be honest and be like, okay, this is great, but this is just consider this your stepping stone. You're going to need at least maybe 2 masters or PhD before you can, if you're looking for money, before you can get to where you can actually make a living.
So why is that? If you have all of those, then now what is the job that you're doing?
Public health, they have many sectors. So you could be working for the state, you could be working for federal, you could be working for a private sector.
In what field? Like doing what? Research, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, so you do research. There's where you do research. There's where you write grants. There's where you do disease control. Most of it is centered around CDC, but it's broken up into different sectors, but geared towards research, really.
Yeah.
That's why you don't have a lot. Once they have their own research team, and there's nothing left for the others.
And I'm sure people stay in those jobs.
Yeah. It's very challenging. And then if you really want to market yourself and branch out, most people do travel internationally. So if you're not able to do that, you find yourself stuck. You find yourself stuck.
Traveling internationally, like not having that reassurance of having some money coming in, or it's just, I can't imagine. It makes you a better person than me.
Yeah. So that's why most people who are just like, I hate to say, like our white American classmates, oh, they succeeded. Because they were going, I mean, you can go to a country for 3 years, you're not worried about bills. You have parents who are supporting your trips. Yeah. So the thing is, you're traveling under any NGO, right? And then your expenses, it's all on you. Everything is all on you, out of pocket.
My goodness.
So most people had people to support them financially. The ones who really like, they went there, you do a few years, you come back, boom, that gets you into a PhD program.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and then from there, yeah, you skyrocket.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Nice.
That
Wow.
sounds like a tough field.
It's a tough field, but a lot of people don't find out until it's too late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you get years that you're sitting there doing this thing and having all that hope, at some point you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't know anyone who like really just focused on public health and just went on to like work in the field before.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who just like did public health.
No, there's
Pretty
no.
quick.
But which is sad, like Mercy was saying, because really that should be the sector where the most money will go to. You guys should not be worried about funding.
Right.
Yeah.
If really the goal is to get a healthy population and a healthy this and do better for everybody, that really should be the population where everybody gets it.
That's when they started warning us, like, hey, you guys are almost, you're almost at the end, but things are not looking great.
Wow.
And then a few people got lucky because I know they did call me. Do you remember when the Ebola broke out? Now that's when they called us like, hey, this is a good opportunity. Can you hop on? I was not in a position to hop on.
Right.
Yeah, so but the people who did, they did great.
Wow.
Yeah.
She changed to nursing.
Yeah.
Mm.
A lot of people do that. Yeah.
I just thought she just decided to change because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, before we ask you what you're doing now, tell us about being a stay-at-home mom. What was that like? And I ask you this because I had a smidge of that experience during COVID. And I could not wait for those children to go back to school. So tell us what that was like.
Challenging but rewarding. I was definitely going crazy. Then there was that added pressure of feeling like a failure, even though you're doing so much. I was so close to getting where I wanted to be career-wise, right? But then this is taking me back. But then I was just like, if I really want to stay in this sector, like the public health, I would have to be gone like all the time. I couldn't do that. So I had to choose one.
And you made the right choice, if you ask me. Something will always give, and you don't want it to be your kids.
Oh, yeah.
Those are precious time you cannot get back. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those kids are awesome, man. I love those kids.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. It was rewarding. A lot of my peers were also stuck jobless. So they all ended up being stay-at-home moms, So that helped. But it was rewarding. Challenging but rewarding. Yes. And in that moment, I took some time to figure myself out, like, wait, can I pivot? Can I change this? Can I go here? So it was good.
Thinking about like even being around that time, one thing we have to mention is that like school, it's expensive here. So by the time you're done with school, you gotta pay back some loans and stuff like that. So there's that extra pressure. That's why I'm like, I don't even know how you did it.
Yeah.
I'm still paying those loans.
Yeah.
I'm still paying. And the switching really adds up. Starting with nursing and then like, oh, public health, that's another loan. Yeah, it takes time, but I will not regret it. I will not change it for anything.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this on one of the episodes about how you can always pivot. Like that's the good thing about the youth, that you can always go into a different field. Like it's not, you don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, that's it,
Wake up, dust yourself, and figure out the next step.
Then
figure out the next step. That's what it is, That's the key, not getting stuck, not feeling like a failure and just getting stuck. You get up and figure out something else.
So what are you doing now?
Remember when I told you it's a great week? I made a lot of bad decisions.
Okay.
Let's start with the ones after you started immediately from being a stay-at-home mom. When you
Well, no, so for that, all this little crazy, detours that I've made in life, again, the connections you make, right? So after just like, after I think it was 2021. Yeah, 2021. That's when one of the ladies that I worked with called me like, hey, I'm working for this company. Can you join me? I was like, yeah, sure. Like, what are we doing? She's like, well, you're not going to be working with me because she's a big director now, but you can start here. You can start as a compliance specialist. Yes, it's still in the health sector, but not what you expected. So you're just going to be auditing hospitals, and so making sure people are following guidelines for HIPAA and all that.
Oh,
So I
nice.
got this project for OCR,
Mhm.
and then the health department also. So I got into that. That's what I've been doing. So I was put on this project with a big teaching hospital, right? So we came to find out that funds were being misused. They were not following the guidelines for HIPAA and insurance guidelines. They unfortunately had to shut that part down.
So who is your employer? Like the state of North Carolina?
So I'm contracting with CRS. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. So that's what we finished merging them. So now they're from one hospital into one. So we shut down a lot of their accounts. A few doctors have been fired.
Oh, gee.
Wow.
Gosh.
Yeah, there was a lot of things going on. A lot of things. And going from there,
Uh-huh.
I decided it's not something I wanted to be into, so I
Wait.
resigned
Oh, so
Wait.
you're back at home?
Before we get into
You
resign,
resigned this week?
last week.
Oh gosh.
okay,
Last
before we
week.
get into resigned, help us understand what are the qualifications you need for that to be able to, is it the same degree, bachelor's that you did, or could other degrees, I guess, qualify you to do such jobs?
So my undergrad, yes, qualifies you for that. Also, the work that I had done at the with the NGO qualified me for that because I worked a lot on the policy guidelines for HIPAA and grants and stuff. So that's what the project was for. So that's why she called me. She's like, hey, you have some experience to do this. Can you come? So I had to do a lot of training. Obviously, it had been a few years since I worked. So yeah, I trained. I'm just like, okay, it's good. I was doing great. Just like, hey, when this project is done, if you're successful, and I delivered, I mean, I crushed it, right? So the promise was to advance to managerial position. So fast forward a month ago, so we do our reviews. We meet the director of that project. And now just like, oh, you did great. And this, who was 7 people on that project. And I put in my recommendations that I was given by, my manager and direct supervisor. And then obviously you have to give them your files of everything you worked on, and just like, oh yeah, you're looking great for this promotion. And then a week later, I just get an email. Well, we all get an email like, oh, we'd like to congratulate so and so. She was promoted to this position. I was like, what?
No warning.
No warning, nothing. You're just like, oh yeah, y'all just kept getting, oh, you've been great. We appreciate you and all this. You've done exceptional work. And yes, we're putting in a good word for that promotion. The girl just came in not even a year. I think she was there for 6 months.
But when you think about it, it seems like really what qualifies you for some of these jobs that you say is really who you know.
Right, it's really who you
Yeah.
know, because
Really.
this is someone who was working under me. Like
Yeah.
I trained her for that project. She came from a different department, and they were just like, hey, yeah.
Yeah, I ran into that situation before where it's like, wait, that's the person you chose over me? Okay, well, you know what? I may have to go somewhere I'm more, valued. And that's when it's part of the growth, when you know that you don't need to stay somewhere. You're not being valued.
That is part of growth, and you have to know yourself. Yeah.
You don't feel like I must stay here because And I think that's the thing. A lot of people stay in job for too long because they get comfortable and they're just thinking of like the hassle of finding another job. But honestly, sometimes staying in a job for a long time, you may stop your blessings because you may go to that next company and the salary they may even start you with, it's something not even close to what you were doing somewhere else. You're like, wait a second, all these years I've been sitting here, like I could have done this, but I think everything happened for a reason. So it's just a matter of like knowing when is that time for you to walk on out.
Yeah, it's the fear of saying, look what's going on. The economy is bad. I'm going through a lot of changes in life. And then I was just like, this job is stressing me out. But then I'm scared, like, okay, I'm not going to get another job. But then that just pushed me off the edge. So and then there was no apology, nothing.
Wow.
And then obviously my productivity was just declining. And they were just like, so my manager reached out. I'm just like, I mean, what do you want me to tell you? We heard you, we did this, so we are giving you a raise, a 5% raise. I didn't ask you for money. I wanted a position because I knew where this position was going to take me. So my goal, when I got into that, like the project I worked on for a year and a half, was supposed to get me now to where I really wanted to go career-wise, which is going to be contract management. So working for the state, that's what was supposed to get me there. So then I'm just like, I did not ask for money. This girl who she's never worked in this field, never.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just like, we're just doing like merging departments. So I think she's great. Can she work under you? This girl is like, I can show you like messages on Zoom every 5 minutes. How do I do this? How do I do?
Wow.
Yeah, you were grooming her for that role.
Yeah, they knew. Yeah. So what pushed me over was that email. The email was just like a slap, like here's a little money. Shut up. So after that email, I'm just, you know what? Like I've been scared to apply to do things, but this is it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 3 months. And I drafted that email. I'm just like, it's been great, but I don't feel like this position is no longer serving me. I have no room to grow. So I feel like it's just best that, I look for other ventures. And I drafted, I'm giving you until December 15th. And I did that. I don't have another job yet.
That is brave. And I think we are now at an age where we realize that your mental health is so important. And staying in a job where you don't feel appreciated and you can see all this stuff happening, it's very painful.
Draining is what?
It's something great is gonna happen, I'm sure. You may not see it now, but it will, honestly, because what's funny, when that happened to me, there was a position that was basically like an assistant DON, and it was like paying like 80K or something like that. I applied for it. I swear, I even dressed up that day. I didn't have to, just to show how much that I was into it. And then they end up giving the girl that just graduated from nursing school that I trained. So when she said we went with another candidate, I was like, fine. I'm like, there's gotta be somebody out there that may be more
better than me, maybe.
That girl thought I was mad at her. So that's why communication is important, right? Because we end up sitting and talking, and she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were mad. I said, no, I'm not mad at you. So then I left, and I really didn't have a plan B. I really didn't. And I did some, and then my mom happened, and then I did some traveling when I came back. That too. They left me by myself as a nurse in charge of the whole building. I was like, oh hell no. In the morning, I clock out and I do the deuces. I book the contract. They're like, well, we don't know if we can give it. I said, that's fine. I just got a job that's 5 minutes from home. I'm happy. I'll be there for as long as I need to.
That leap of faith, it's being confident in your own abilities.
Your skills.
And knowing that, hey, you know what? I'll tell myself because I'm qualified, which is so important to get there, right? And there are people who get scared and they don't know they're there.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Jenny. You've got to stand up for yourself. You have to be your own advocate. In this life. If you don't advocate for yourself, who will?
Exactly. Nobody else will do it for you. You gotta. That's awesome.
Because they would have kept you there, string you along.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. And it's all about, like Shiro, like you said, it's about believing in your own abilities.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I agree.
Because, yeah, like the thing I was talking about, like volunteering your time with different organizations, like it gave me that little thing. I was just like, hey, I'm not getting paid for this. But then the big project they put me on, I was just like, wait, can I do this? Like, how am I going to read a huge contract with this big words? Like you're handling more than almost $500,000.
Wow.
So the project I was working on that last year, the one they put me on, I almost declined it. I'm like, I don't want to screw anything up. So it's grants they're giving like rural areas in North Carolina. So it provides medication for the uninsured or, low income people.
Oh wow.
Yeah, those are the fundings that are giving like the weak mothers with,
Yeah.
milk and all that. That's what I was working on.
Oh.
And then so basically I was reviewing the contracts and making sure like, okay, so you have to do all the math like, okay, so you're asking for $500,000. Prove to me why you need $500,000. What are you doing? Like, is this for medication? Is this for food? Is this for transportation? So at first it was very intimidating. I'm like, if I screw this up, it's, but I did it to a point where I was training someone else.
Yeah.
But then I'm just like, this is great. After that, I'm just like, I'm still working with her. She still comes to me for help. So we have the client. So once you have a client, you have to work on those contracts. So the fundings are valid for 1 year. So within that 1 year, if the clinics need you, they have to come back with like, hey, we need you to look over this and all this and all this. So they're coming to her, and then she's like, oh shit, what do I do? So I'm still having, and then they're asking for me because when you sign off on the contract, both your names are on there. She signed off on this contract, and then I'll go on like, hey, I reviewed all the information, the details, everything. I've analyzed everything. So my signature is on there. But when the client calls, like, oh, we need this person, we need to speak to this person. Because she's the one who's been with us initially, and she knows the ins and outs. So they call me, and then I'm just like, I'm not getting paid for this. She is. But doing that, it was just like, wait a minute, I'm capable of more than I thought I would.
That you can, yeah.
So now my thing is to apply for those jobs, contract management.
Yeah.
I love it.
And you have the experience now.
Now I do.
I
Yeah.
love it for you. And I love that you have the fight and the confidence for it.
I'm excited.
Jenny?
We'll have you back to say that you got the job.
Yeah, to tell us what
I
happened.
know. You know
Right,
what?
to
guys,
celebrate your new job.
Exactly.
one thing about Jenny as a person, she's very giving.
Yes.
Have you ever, right? Jenny, it's such, now it's connecting for me. Sometimes I'm like, what does this girl do? Like, I'm like, Jenny, do you mind coming to help with my kid's birthday? Yes, I'm there.
Sure.
So ask questions. Let's go.
When does this girl get time for herself?
Yeah.
When we need to give back to you, girl.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
you give, and we need to celebrate that for you.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
give me that
Right?
more friendship. You guys give me more that.
We have to give you your flowers now.
Yes,
That's very true.
I agree.
Listen, if it
It's
wasn't
all-
for you guys, this last 2 years, I would have been in a mental hospital. So yes, you give me more than you realize.
Oh, true.
Wow, that's exciting.
So talking about that, tell us about work-life balance. What is that like for you with your soon-to-be ex-job?
So they did give me the leeway of saying, like, give us a date.
Oh, that's
And
good.
yeah, thankfully they're not being like mean about it.
Yeah.
But work life,
Yeah, because you went from stay home to working with kiddos.
yeah, work life balance. I did struggle to balance it all. Like the first, life going through a lot of changes, single parent by choice. But yeah, my job was very stressful. So when we were working on that project, like did you see when I lost so much weight?
Yes.
Like I'll take my breakfast, and so I get in at 8. I eat that breakfast until 6 p.m. Like that's how bad it was. So
Wow.
so when we started auditing, so once you got into an account, into the system, you could not get out until you finish, sign it off, seal the file, and submit it. So if I started and don't finish, it was, I'm just like, I have to sit there and finish it. Because if it, like, we have to sign, if anything goes awry, your name, your stamp is on there. Oh yeah, you can go to court over that.
Wow.
Oh my.
Yeah, you get, the people get fined a lot. I don't know if HIPAA violations, like if you misuse the information, or if someone, if you left like I can't leave my computer without locking it. Because if someone touched it and something happened, I could,
Oh yeah.
I'm going to be fined. I could be fined up to $5,000.
Wow.
Wow. Because it's sensitive information.
Yes, it's very sensitive information.
And proprietary on top of that, and just everything combined.
Yes.
So you'd be locked in, as my son would say, from 8 to 6. And then you still have to go home and school.
The kids are in school. And then so when I started on that project, obviously I worked like a dog. So I was able to be given leniency that no one has ever gotten before. Like, do you remember when the kids were going to Carry Mercy? I had to, so I was the first one in the company they've ever approved to take a 1 hour and a half lunch breaks.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Even my manager to this day, he throws it in my face, like, I've been, like, he's the big dog. And he's never had that. But they were just like, we understand. Obviously, I had to get really personal and let them know what's going on in my personal life. So they were just like, okay, fine. When you leave, that's how the girl ended up coming on. So when I was gone for the 1.5 hours to pick up the kids and get everything, someone had to keep things active and reviewing information. So it was very stressful. So I will stop, go drive almost an hour, pick up the kids, come back. I'm trying to do homework, I'm trying to feed them, and boom, back to work. So I didn't really get lunch or a break because I used my break to go get the kids.
Yes.
And then by the time I'm done, I'm so stressed. And then I just realized I'm like, all the stress from work, I was just like throwing it on the kids. Like I was so snappy. They were just like, and I would just, and then I was just like, this is not good. It's not good for me. It's not good for them.
Yeah.
Do you know my wake-up call? It was about 7 months ago. We're sitting down doing a little project, and Abby took one of her journals, and she's writing things like how my day was. It's like this. And then she writes like, oh, I love my mom, this. And then she draws a picture of me with my hair standing up like this, and I'm mad like this. And then she writes like, oh, this is mommy when she's working. And I saw it. I think I still have it somewhere. And I saw it. I'm like, shoot.
Oh my
gosh.
Yeah.
They just tell you they see everything.
Yes.
They see everything.
They do.
Yeah. So now they were just like kind of walking on pins and needles, like, they know once I touch that computer, close the door, do not talk to me, don't come, Yeah. So I'm just like, when we were working with on those, like, I was working with lawyers, my CEO, you have these people just yelling at you. And, when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, something has to change.
Yeah.
I can't, like, the kids are, they're already going through a lot. I can't do this. Yeah. So in April, that's when I wrote an email. I'm like, I'm sorry, I have to cut my hours. I have to stop at 3. If I have to like work overtime, if you guys need to. So once we close it at 5, no one is allowed to get into the systems. Like, if you touch your computer and sign in, you have to explain why you signed.
Oh, that's good though, at least now. Okay.
Yeah. Again, with the whole sensitivity and everything, because you have someone monitoring again, you're touching very sensitive information.
Mm.
And I had to access the
Databases.
big universities database.
Mm.
Yeah, so I was just like, I'm sorry, this is a sacrifice I have to make.
Mm.
So now with the arrangement, I guess I have to get into my personal life now. So me,
Yeah.
I'm going
Not
to.
really, if you don't have to.
Don't have to.
It's okay. Yeah. So yeah,
Mm.
going through divorce and everything. My partner has the kids 1 week and I have the other week.
Mm.
So now on the week I have the kids, I decided I stop work at 3.
Mm.
So I can focus on the kids, homework,
Yeah.
take them out and do that.
Bond.
And on
Yeah.
the week that I don't have them,
Then
I
you
have my hours. So now I'm working
Oh.
from 8 to 7:30 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's still a long day.
That's a long day, but yeah, that's how I had to do it to balance.
To
Mm.
balance it out.
Yeah. And that,
Do you
that
do you
takes a
think that-
toll on the paycheck, obviously.
Mm.
Yeah, but it's a sacrifice that had to be made. When I saw that picture, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
This is
That's
not-
a serious wake-up call.
Yeah.
It was a serious wake-up call. Like my kids were actually like terrified of
Wait,
me.
is it me? Oh.
Mostly they felt sorry for me.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, but then they were also so just like you find Eli saying, hey, shh, we have to be good. She's very stressed and this. So I'm like, yeah, no, this is not worth it. Yeah. So during those weeks, I do
No, you're right.
my computer after 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's good. And it sounds like you found a way to kind of make it work.
yeah.
And
Absolutely.
your new job will have much better out.
Amen.
Yeah, with the new job, you really have that, way of telling them up front what you need
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and got
Yeah,
this
you
agreement
can
right
negotiate.
away. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Right.
that's awesome.
Yeah. And that was the whole thing of not believing in yourself.
Mm.
Exactly. Yeah.
Again, once they put me on this thing, remember, you're like, okay, I'm getting into my career again after so many years.
Mm.
So for someone to actually put that much faith in me, to give me this, I felt like I had to give my soul.
I see.
Like,
Yes.
yes, that's it. I have to put in everything. I have to prove that I'm worthy of this.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that's all, so I'll never spoke up. I never,
Mm.
they told me something. Oh yeah, I got it. By the end of the day, it's done.
Yeah.
And when you do that, they add on.
They expect more. Yes.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
keep expecting
What's the deal with that? Anytime you deliver, and the sooner you deliver, the sooner they add on your pile.
Of
Yes.
course.
Yeah, I think I've also learned to be smart about it.
And when you stop doing that, for the listeners that are listening, when you stop, actually, nothing changes.
True.
No,
Yeah.
They actually
exactly.
expect you more.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Because
agree.
you have
Boundaries.
you have some people that don't even go that far, and they're still making their money. They still think because they know that there was a contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as I'm fulfilling my contract, you cannot expect me to do more than that.
Yeah.
Unless we sat down and agree on it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
But
Yeah,
and let's
absolutely.
clarify, if you're new to the job, you might have to pay your dues because we've paid our dues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
But
you're 10 years in,
yeah. But you set expectations. You see, the
Yeah,
this
that's
new
true.
generation, they from the get-go are very clear about what they can and cannot give.
That's true.
Some of them don't even compromise on dress code. They're gonna wear their sweatshirt, and it is
Yeah.
what it is.
Exactly. I think it depends on the field where you are. Yeah, you like. I mean, I guess I'm at a point in my life like I may not be in this company for that long, but if I choose to work in whatever company I'm gonna choose to work, I know what I'm worth, and I know what I can deliver. Yes, at that time you may not know, but if you put my resume to the side compared to other people, that means you believe somehow that what's in there I can deliver. So yeah,
Right.
no. If I have to do more, we have to somehow sit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you were making yourself worthy, right, to them, but then you were not really spending that quality time with the kids. So really, like, are we really gaining? What are we gaining? Yes, money, but money comes and goes. So the kids' time don't come back. So
Yes.
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to do another episode where we talk about corporate America, corporate culture.
Yes.
think that would be very good. But
Yes.
Jenny, this was so amazing.
Awesome.
So amazing. We are so excited for you on how
Your next
you've been
adventure.
and your next adventure.
Mhm.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
And we're here for you, so
absolutely.
Yes.
don't hesitate. So
We'll,
that was great.
yeah, we'll have you back soon to give us updates.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make better decisions.
Bye.
Thank
you
you,
did make the
Make a
best
good
decision.
decision.
You did make
Thanks, guys.
you make the best decision. Bye.
About the promo. So the guy was like, when can you start? I said, immediately, tonight. I can even start tonight. He said, tonight? I said, yes, I can start tonight. This older guy, we started washing our dishes at 3 p.m. and we didn't take a break until almost 11:50 something.
What?
We were receiving plates upon plates upon plates. And by the time the clock would hit me, all I heard from the back of the receiving end was, this man said, I quit. I quit.